Who will win, Tottenham or Man United? It's a 12:30 kickoff. Spurs lost to Chelsea in their last game of the Premier League. They've not been great at home. United started to play well as a team. Are they actually gelling? Going to be an interesting game, right? So let's get into it. I'm going to have a look at the teams, what formations I think they'll play, where I feel like the game could be won or lost. And let's go through it. Look, full disclosure, I'm a Spurs fan. We've not been the best at home this year. It'd be nice to see if we can get a win. United are on a bit of form, but it's not going to be an easy game, right? I don't think. Let's be honest, no game's an easy game. But yeah, let's get into it. So United, I'm just going to scan through the team now. So I'm pretty sure, this is how they lined up in their last game. I think they'll stay the same. I think they'll go with Sesko up top. There's an argument on probably a couple of players on Mason Mount. Do they bring Mason Mount in and then put Cunha in the sort of like false nine? I think the reason they'll go with Sesko is even from defensive corners, he gives you more aerial presence against a Tottenham team that have got some fairly, especially like the middle four here, they're fairly decent in the air. So you've got your Van der Ven, Palhinha, Bentancur, Romero, they're all pretty decent in the air. I think just having that extra height will help them. Other ones is Maguire, again from defensive set pieces. He gives you some really good aerial threat and even attacking as well. The only thing is if you use Maguire, it's like who out of the three are you then going to drop? Shaw gives you good balance because of his left foot. Euro gives you good pace, which you could argue that Maguire's not got the Euro pace. And De Ligt's been solid, and it's like he's got a bit of consistency now. And do you really want to change things up? The pivot's been working with Casemiro and Fernandes. I thought at one point that Casemiro was out the door, but he's turned it around and playing pretty well. In Mbeumo, I think he just got Player of the Month. He's playing really well. His relationship with Jallo seems to work. We'll show what I think it will look like in an attacking sense. And Cunha's just got a little bit of like a free role. He likes to come in the pockets. He likes to drop a little bit, pick the ball up in these sort of areas, play the passes round. And he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem for the defence. On the Tottenham side, a couple of injuries, I think. There's a doubt on Kudus, so that's why I put Johnson in. I believe that Bergval's still injured as well after the concussion. I think he has to sit out. They're like the new injuries. You've obviously got all of the other ones that are pretty well documented. I think Udogie will start instead of Spence. I like Jed Spence. Udogie being left-footed just gives you a nice balance, and he's actually been playing a lot better recently. Simmons had a good game against Copenhagen. Can he pick up where he left off? Obviously, different opposition today. I think where he's maybe struggled in the Premier League is just that strength. You're coming up against some big players who are physically very strong. So that's going to be interesting to see if he'll get on all right. My question is if Tottenham go with this formation. I think they will, because I feel like they've got this system that the manager likes to play in. However, I probably would do it slightly different. I'll show you how I would do it. I would actually try and match United's formation a little bit. I would probably go 2 up top though. So this is what I would do. I would have Palhinha come into this sort of role. I would probably have Udogie and Porro a little bit further up. I'd have Bentancur in the middle. I'd push Johnson up to support Mwani. And I'd probably bring in... I don't know whether I'd bring in Sarr or Danso. I'd probably bring in Sarr, because I think if we have Polina in the midfield, he's great. He's been brilliant this year. But Sarr's got that drive with his legs. He can get you up the pitch. I'd probably go something like that, and it'd probably end up being Bentancur in the middle. So you've got these two players that can come out from midfield. The fullbacks give you the width. You've got Polina that can still move in, and he's very comfortable with the ball. You've got Mickey van der Ven that can move up with the ball there. And you've got a bit more of a threat from an attacking point of view. So let's put these in an attacking position, and I'll just show you what I think would be useful. You give the wing backs license to go up. You've got the midfielders that can match in here, because you've got it's a difficult one with United, because you've got the threat of Fernandes. You've got Cunha, who likes to come up in the pockets. You've got the players here that have got the legs to do the tracking, and then you've got one striker. So they've got one striker, and I think they'll stick with that system. You'll have opportunities where you can overload using the fullbacks here. So you've got Van der Ven. If Van der Ven goes, Polina stays. So let's say Van der Ven's got the ball here. He can go wide. He can then give an option, or he can go this way. Try and keep these two central of the goal. When I've watched Spurs the last few games, we look like the striker's quite isolated. So having two strikers is a bit more of a threat, and they're going to have to deal with that, right? So they're going to have to probably pull Shaw in or Euro in a little bit tighter to try and deal with that. And that just pushes their team back a lot more. You've got Darlow that will probably come in like this, and you'd probably see something like this, right? And Bumo will try and shut off that passes in here. Jarlo will be doing this. Fernandes will be over. Sesko will probably be like this. Cunha will be tucked in. It just pushes their team back a lot more. And then you've got the opportunity then, if you do need to still recycle, then you've got this. But these wide centre-backs can offer a different option. So they can go wide here, and natural left-footed can cross in, and you've got two goal threats. And then by that time, you've got players like Sarr and like Simmons that are attacking the box. The ball gets recycled out. The whole team just shuffles. Udogie stays wide. The ball comes out to here. Polina comes wide. And I just think it it pushes United back a lot more. We're a lot more exposed when we go two centre-backs, because as full-backs have to come in. We don't have as much threat in this area, which is ultimately what you want to do. You want to try and score more goals, right? So that's what I'm hoping that we'll do. We'll see what happens. Let's take it back to what I think the team will be. And then we'll have a look from an attacking point of view from United. So I don't think Sarr is going to start. I think he's going to go Odobert. Odobert's looked lively. I just don't know if he's got that end product just yet. He still needs to work on it slightly. So we'll have Mwani, and then we'll have Johnson. So the way that United set up, let's say in the attacking third, Giallo is right on the touchline. He's getting chalk. You'll have Mbumo, who's great in the pockets in these areas here. He'll offer a short. He'll try and run in behind the fullback and cause some problems for Van der Ven. I think he's a great player. Look, he got player on him up. Sesko will stay between the lines. You've got Cunha, who's an absolute live wire. Similar to Mbumo, he likes to come a bit shorter than Mbumo. So actually you'll see points where he'll pick the ball up here. Then he does the recycle sometimes. And you got Darlow that will try and keep the width. Shaw. De Ligt will probably play your sweeping role, and Euro will be here. And you'll have this, and you'll have a bit of interchange sometimes between Cunha and Fernandes. Look, Fernandes is an absolute goal threat, normally gets around 9-10 goals a season, but Cunha likes to get on the ball, right? He'll be the one to try and play the ball into these areas. But it's similar to Fernandes, they both like having the ball, but that it gives the midfielders here a little bit of problem, because you've got these two players that like to play on your shoulder. They like to work in these pockets here. So it's going to be interesting to see how Spurs actually deal with that. You'll have Simmons will be pushed back at points, and he'll be the one that will be going from left to right, trying to just close down the ball between Casemiro and Fernandes. I don't think you'll see Euro get up loads. They'll just try and sit in this shape here. I think Diallo is the one player that's going to be a bit of a threat for us. Udogi's he's a strong, pacey player. Odebert's not always the best at getting back. And I can see there's going to be a 2-on-1 against Udogi here, and an opportunity for them here. Once they get the ball in this area, then your Cunhas are coming in. Your Fernandes is probably coming in as well. I think that's the one area that I'm just a little bit worried about. There'd be Cunha in the pockets, Fernandes in the pockets, but Diallo pulling really wide, and then Bumo making the runs in behind the fullback. I think he can cause us big problems. It's going to be a tough game. Set pieces will be really key. Going to be interesting to see if they play Maguire or if they stick with the team that they picked last time against Forest. But who knows? Mawani's an interesting one. Is Mawani going to play, or is Richarlison going to play? I think he'll go Mawani just to give him more minutes. He got in the French squad again, which, fair play. I mean, I don't really know how, but he's not really shown anything to the Tottenham fans just yet. So we're really hoping for something. If we played a 5 at the back and a 2 up front, I think he'll give him more support, because he's looked a bit exposed up there. But we'll see. Who will win? I don't know. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Let's see what happens. Let me know what your thoughts are. Is there any players that you would have on the pitch? Is there any formations that you would change? I'm really looking forward to the game. Come on, you Spurs.